this is Glennie and I'm here opening our favorite Jenny box countdown to Christmas gifts today. And today is day number 23, so let's see what we have. I am very excited. It's almost Christmas. Day 23, I got the right one. Okay, let's dig in here. I love a good notebook. And look at this one. Okay, this is a quilted notebook cover project, and it looks like you can use all of your own favorite fabrics and do it the way that you would like. But here's what makes it special for me. I love embroidery, and this comes with an embroidery pattern that you can put right on the notebook and customize it however you'd like. So day 23, I think we have to send this over to our favorite elf, Courtney, to show you exactly how to put it together. So here we go. Take it away, Courtney.
Hi everybody, I'm Courtney with Missouri Star, also known as Jenny's Elf, and today I am going to show you what Miss Glennie sent over to me. She sent over this great composition book and this pattern, and I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on how to put your composition book cover together. We'll see you in a minute. All right, so I'm going to show you the two that I made. I made this one and I used it, I did it using the little embroidery that came with your packet, and I put an H in the middle. And then this one, I just decided not to do an embroidery, and I just did a little bit of applique on it. So you can do whatever you want on your pocket. Once you run out of your little embroidery thing, do whatever you want. So to get your fabric cut, you are going to need a finished piece for your outside. That's, if you want to quilt it, the finished dimensions are 11 by 17. So if you want to quilt it, I would cut a 12 by 18 piece, or maybe even a little bit bigger. So that way when you're quilting it and it shrinks up a little bit, you don't have to worry about the size difference. So just take your piece of fabric and put a piece of batting down there and have fun. It's a great time to practice your machine quilting because it's a small piece. If you don't want to use any quilting on there, you can use an iron-on interfacing, or not even an interfacing at all. It's just going on a composition book, so it's kind of up to you. But I kind of like the feel of the quilted look, and it worked great. I used fusible fleece on mine. I like, it's kind of thin, and with the fusible on there, I don't have to worry about basting it. I just set my fabric on top of the fusible fleece, I iron it down, and it's ready to quilt. So that's what I like to do. So you have your 11 by 17 piece of outside fabric. You're going to cut your pockets. It says to cut your pockets. You're going to need two of those that are, let me look and make sure I don't tell you wrong, 6 by 14. And then you're going to cut lining out of that same fabric, which is 17 by 11. And then you're going to cut for your inside panels. Your inside panels are the things that are going to go around your front and your back cover. Those you're going to cut 16 by 11. Now it says to cut them in a coordinating color. What I normally do is cut them out of the same fabric as my outside, because when I go to turn this right side out and then top stitch it, sometimes this doesn't line up exactly, so you might see a little bit of the outside or the lining on the front. If you do, it doesn't really matter, but I usually just match it. That way you can't tell if it doesn't match up when I'm top stitching, because it's the same fabric. But do whatever you want. It might be fun to have a little bit of different colors sticking outside, but that's what the panels are. Those are what those are for. So the first thing you're going to do is do your little embroidery. So you got this really cute little wreath here. One of them I stitched before I put it on some interfacing or fusible fleece. This one is ready to embroider. Now if you want to embroider your initial in the middle, you're going to lay it right on top of whatever initial you want to use. And I use an air erasable or a water erasable pen and just draw over there, and then my letter's ready to go. Then I will lay this on top of the fusible fleece. Now, make sure that the glue part is on this side, not facing here. Because if you have it, because my bright idea was like, well, if I iron this right to this, then it stays nice in place, and it did. However, when we get to the next part, it was hard to peel it away. So make sure that the glue part is on the back side. Okay, it's on this side. Then you're going to do all your embroidery. So I did my little embroidery, and then you're going to do that little sashing all the way around it. Then you are going to draw a line a 1/2 inch around all 4 sides of your embroidery. And I just use a pencil. And then we're going to cut that away. Just cut the batting away. Don't cut your little extra piece of your embroidery. Okay, that's all done. Now we're going to take this and we're going to fold that edge over. You're going to fold the fabric over your fleece, and I'm just going to use this glue stick to hold it in place until I go around all 4 sides. I don't know what we did without these glue sticks, I'm telling you. I love them so much. And you can give that a press with an iron if you want. Now what we're going to do is you have your pocket, and how to make the pockets. You're going to lay them, this fabric is linen, so there's no right or wrong side, but you will lay them right sides together. Then you're going to sew up either side. Turn it right side out. And then you come up with a pretty pocket that looks like this. And then you lay your embroidery right on top of that pocket, and you top stitch it onto the pocket. And that's all there is to the little embroidery on the pocket. It's so cute. I love the embroidery on there. You can do whatever embroidery you want. This came out of our, my squirrel came out of our Enchanted Christmas embroideries, and my brother used to call me Squirrel when I was a little kid, so I like having squirrels on stuff. So you can use whatever you want on the cover. It's fun. Make it, if you're doing them for gifts, you can make the embroideries to match the person, you know, if they know there's a beautiful cardinal in the kit. So do whatever you like. All right, so now once we have the pockets, you're going to make 2 pockets. So here's my quilted piece. The pocket that goes on the front, when I'm looking at my piece here, is going to be on my right side, and I have it about centered in the middle of this half of my notebook. Then you're going to top stitch the blank pocket for the inside. You're going to top stitch it on your machine, making sure that the top is on this side. Your raw edges are to the left and your fold is to the right. If you don't, it's not going to come out right when you go to flip and turn it. Okay, so that's how you're going to top stitch that on. And then when you lay this down, you're going to make sure that the pockets face each other, and that's how you're going to know that you have them on the right side. You're going to put them facing each other. Then we're going to take the other pocket. The folds are into each other because you want to remember that's how you're going to get your notebook in there. You're going to go in through that hole there. Okay, you're going to lay those down, and then you're going to have your lining piece that goes right on top of there. So it's going to look like this. I went ahead and stitched all the way around. I left an opening here on, it doesn't matter where you leave the opening, that's up to you. I left an opening on this end. Just used a 1/4 inch seam allowance when I went around. What's great about this is you can use any fabric from your stash. I found some composition books on clearance at a store near me and grabbed a bunch. So just keep your eye out when you're shopping. You never know what you're going to find. So now I flipped it, but look, something's wrong. Okay, all we have to do is flip those panels out. So don't let that freak you out if that happens to you. You did right, it's right. Okay. You just have to keep flipping until it looks right, and you'll be good to go. All right, looks good, other than I need to get in there with my fancy poking device, poke out those corners. And then once you poke out these corners, you'll just go around it. Let me pull this composition book out of here, maybe not. Well, you can see on here, I just went around the top with a little bit of a top stitch. Again, I would lengthen this. I didn't on this one, but a lot of times I'll lengthen my top stitch to a 3.0. Top stitch all the way around, and you have a composition book that you can give to anybody, or make sure you keep one for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and happy holidays.